Well, an 82-year-old Frenchman blew up part of his house trying to kill a fly. Needless to say, he generated quite a buzz in the news. You see, this octogenarian was preparing to eat dinner at his home in Dordogne, France, when the fly came buzzing into the room. I guess he didn't care for French flies at dinner time.
Ooh.
See what I did there?
Yeah, we saw it.
Well, the French have always been a wee bit different in their taste. That should have been funnier than that, you know.
You're on a roll.
Yeah, I'm rolling out of here, that's for sure. Anyway, the man grabbed his fly swatter, but it was one of those cool electric tennis racket things, and he started swinging away at the pesky insect. But what he did not know was that he had a gas canister that was leaking in his house.
Uh-oh.
Well, the electrical fly swatter and the gas in the room, they didn't mix very well, and an explosion ensued. And the man blew up his kitchen and part of the roof on his house. Thankfully, the Frenchman only received a slight burn to his hand. He's currently staying at a local campground, that is until his house gets repaired. The fly is allegedly still at large. But the Frenchman was heard saying, "Drat you, fly, just know that one day our paths will croissant again." Well, I do hate to end this story, but it's time for me to escargot. Right? Yeah. Okay, let's move on. There is a new star in the world of hip-hop, and he resides at Lincolnshire Wildlife Park in England. His name is Chico, and he is a yellow-crowned Amazon parrot who can bring the noise. Chico has become an internet sensation because he belts out his rendition of Beyoncé's hit, "If I Were a Boy." Check him out. Hey, in case you thought he was lip syncing, that's actually him singing right there. Chico's no poser, and he doesn't even have lips to sync.
Oh.
And yeah, how about that?
He sounds a lot like Trey, quite frankly.
Yeah, he does. I've heard Trey sing. It's a lot like that. It is.
Very similar.
But unlike the real Beyonce, Chico has no posse, and he works for peanuts.
Oh, well, excuse me, Governor.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about my neighbor who bought a used parrot that always swore?
No.
Bad words, yeah. Well, she finally got fed up with him, stuck him in the freezer for 30 seconds right after he had cursed. When she let him out, the parrot apologized and said, "I'm sorry, and I'll never swear again." Then he asked her, "By the way, well, what did the chicken in your freezer do wrong?"
Keith, that's pretty cold.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that I actually owned a parrot?
No.
Yeah, but he was really overweight, and he passed away recently.
Overweight parrot.
Well, it's sad, but at the same time, I got to tell you, it is a huge weight off my shoulders. Let's get back to Chico.
Yeah, let's get back.
All right. The bird also sings some other female artist hits, including Firework by Katy Perry and Poker Face by Lady Gaga.
Wow.
Although I might actually think it could be Lady Gaga dressed like a parrot. You'd never know.
Yeah.
It does prove that if you want your parrot to be a star, just leave the radio on for it. Just don't put it on a rap station, because there are enough parrots repeating those words already. All right, down in Douglas County, Georgia, a deputy had to face down an unruly goat. That's right, goat. I'm pretty sure it was the baddest part of her whole week.
That's a good goat. You did that.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? Well, the unnamed sheriff's deputy left her cruiser door open while she went to serve some papers at a home. She does this because people have released vicious dogs on her while she's out there doing her job.
Oh.
But this time, there were no harassing dogs, but a goat climbed into her squad car and began eating all her paperwork. Now, the deputy was having no luck getting the stubborn animal out of her car. She must have been thinking, something's goat to have here. Oh, well. After working at it for a couple of minutes, the deputy was finally able to get the goat out of her front seat, only to have the goat headbutt her in the knees and knock her over. Hey, Keith, you know how to stop a goat from charging, don't you? You know that?
No.
You take away its credit card.
Oh, well, of
Now,
course.
that's how you do it. Hey, thankfully, the deputy was uninjured and she kept her good spirits. Now, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office posted her body cam video online and said, at the end of the day, we all got a little laugh out of it, and we hope you do as well. I'd say that while she got her goat, her fellow officers got hers.
There you go.
Now, from our Inking Without Thinking desk comes the story of 18-year-old Dylan Haraway of Virginia. In honor of rapper Meek Mill's Dream Chasers record label, Dylan paid 200 smackers to get the words Dream Chasers tattooed across his entire forearm. After 2 painful hours in the tattoo chair, turned into a bad dream when he realized that the tattoo artist had applied the stencil wrong and his tattoo was written backwards. Yep.
That's terrible.
It is terrible.
You know, did I ever tell you my tattoo story?
You got one?
Yes, absolutely. When I was young, my parents said I could get a tattoo if it was in a place that didn't matter.
Yeah.
So where'd you get it? We've never seen it.
Appleton, Wisconsin.
Oh,
and
right.
It was
Actually, Appleton is a beautiful, wonderful city.
Yes, correct.
And I'm saying that because I don't want us to get a lot of nasty letters from those nice people in Appleton.
You're going to hear from them.
I bet we are. Keith and I think it's a great place. Don't we, Keith?
Absolutely. Well,
I've been there.
My old friend Chuck, he's going bald. So he got rabbits tattooed on his head. You know why?
No.
Because from a distance, they look like hair.
Oh, don't tell me. Oh,
Hair. H-A-R-E.
you did not do. You did not do
I
that.
did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you
Chuck.
did.
Chuck.
All right, let's go back to Dylan's story. Because I'll say the tattoo isn't the only thing in this story that's just a little backwards. Dylan said his friends told him it still looks really cool, but his family and strangers on the internet informed him he looks really dumb. Which is weird because normally getting a great big rap-inspired tattoo makes you look super intelligent, right?
Yeah?
Yeah. By the way, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo of an elephant on my ear.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah.
Well, that's when people ask me, how come you got a tattoo of an elephant on your ear? I'm going to tell them, don't worry about it. It's irrelevant.
Ear elephant.
See what I did there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
What do you
across
think,
the
Troy?
across the pond in England, a wonderful wife named Deborah Shaw asked her husband to give their garden a nice new look, and she suggested doing some weeding and maybe adding one of those little garden gnomes. Well, she went off to run some errands for the day, and her husband, Adrian, went to work. He got on the phone and purchased a $2,000 12-foot-tall T-Rex. Adrian said, I thought nothing could possibly look nicer in the garden than a replica of a rampaging T-Rex. I've been very fortunate to realize the dream.
Yes.
Now, Deborah arrived home. She didn't know that her hubby had been so hard at work. He kept her out of the garden, and he was planning to surprise her the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
But his wife had to let the dog out during the night.
No.
And when the security lights came on, there was a 200-pound T-Rex grinning at her in the garden. Adrian heard Deborah's blood-curdling screams, ran downstairs to the rescue. Since Deborah loves Jurassic Park movies, Adrian thought this was really a romantic gift that would surprise and honor his wife. As a husband, I'd say nailing 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Well, the neighbors seem to love the T-Rex. They're always taking pictures and showing visitors. And there has been no report of Deborah and whether it's grown on her. Husband Adrian has said, I'm sure my wife will grow to love him as much as I do. I don't know about Adrian, but if this story were about my wife Janet and me, I'd be sure there was a little garden gnome under T-Rex's foot just to show her that I was willing to meet her halfway. Hey, before we wrap things up, we wanted to honor those garage sale folks out there who work really hard to get their sale to stand out from all the sales of the neighbors. And in this case, to bring their creativity and their flair into their signage.
This should be good.
Like this seller who enlisted the world's most interesting man to get shoppers. See that?
That'll work.
Yeah. Or this sales expert who wants to make garage sales great again. Now, if you are a music fan and love garage sales, there's the Lionel Richie appeal.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But for me, This honest, straightforward approach works best of all.
It's my wife watching this.
I mean, you got to give that one credit. That's the best one, right?
That's right.
Not even going to say it. I'm just going to let you look at it.
That was actually my house.
Just like a Saturday shopper and a Kardashian garage sale, we got to go. But always remember, we read the news. So you don't have to. Wait, don't click that button. Well, unless it was the subscribe button, and then carry on. And while you're down there, hit that little notification bell too. Oh, and if you leave a like and a comment, I will personally give my dog Toby a treat.